Nice aim.
So I think it's time to replace the air lines in the shop. We've been having an issue where the PEX line I used, this stuff, it expands and it acts like an air tank. So this is the plastic tubing I'm using right now for the air lines, and it works. It holds the pressure just barely, but it expands when you have an entire ceiling full of it. It expands and contracts, and it causes a pressure drop at the plasma cutter, which is throwing those O-30 codes that we've referenced in so many of our videos at this point. The issue was that I have moisture in my air supply, which I thought I had my dryer set up properly, but I didn't. So I found this like semi-flexible tubing made for air that has a liner of aluminum so it won't expand. And so I'm using my laser measure to kind of get a rough idea of how much piping I would need. So we're gonna go, and I also want to put in my air dryer on top of this. So we need to go from here up to the air dryer, and then out of the air dryer over here, and I'll figure out if I want to keep my little manifold. I might move that down to where I can reach it here. Let's draw a treasure map. So from here to here is 25, straight into the manifold. So out of the air compressor, and then I want to plumb in this, which is an air dryer. This is way overkill for my shop, but this is a refrigerated air drying unit that I got from a local salvage company, Black Dog Salvage. They had no use for it, and this will handle like 5 times the airflow that compressor could ever put out. But it was free, so I'll plumb that in over there. So the air goes out of the compressor into this, it gets dried, and then into the rest of the system. So with the combination of dry air and hard lines that don't expand, the Hypertherm plasma cutter is gonna be much happier, and therefore the Shop Saber is gonna be much happier. And that's gonna make me happier. In this video, we redo my air system.
So the Shop Saber is leaving here on Sunday?
That is correct. So it is Friday. The new owner and I are going to go over the machine on Sunday evening. And then Monday morning, it's being loaded on a flatbed trailer and heading to Texas. And Jake here is making another 5x10 fixture table out of some 1/4 inch plate.
Damn.
So anyway, yeah, the boys are putting her to work. I'm still over here doing some. I'm using a lathe with gloves. Making the internet mad. Now allow me to initiate violence from the area of nonviolence. All right, well, it's a big day here at Lift Arc Studios. Do you notice anything different about the space behind me? That's right, the Shop Saber is no longer where it was. And this is the gentleman who's rehoming it. Introduce yourself to the people.
Daniel, and I appreciate it, Tay. It's been a long time I've been searching for one. And
What are you gonna use it for?
for our welding shop.
What's your shop called?
It's 7A Metalworks and Fabrication
And where are you located?
in Bowling, Texas.
Yeah, look them up, y'all. We got it located, lifted and positioned on the trailer here. And look at the margins these gentlemen are playing with right here. It's precise, ultra precision. So this space here is gonna be here for a minute because Shop Saber is building me my new machine. You know, I'd ideally not like to have a big gap for a while with no machine, but when you list a machine like this for sale and someone's willing to put money in your hand, you accept the sale, even if it's a little too early for your liking. But we'll clean it, we'll prep it. I'll rethink how some of this is laid out because it's a little congested. And then we'll come in with the new machine and get ready to rock. You're good, keep that angle. Well, travel safe.
All right.
Be good, man. Mr. Arriaga, it's a pleasure. Yeah, man. Y'all be good. Look out for these boys on the roads, all right? If you see the Shop Saber on the highway, give them a beep. On its way to Texas. Goodbye! All right, it's been almost a year since we did a video about the air system in the shop here. And being that we sold the old Shop Saber and the new one is coming soon, I figured this was a perfect time to discuss the issues I've had with the air system and what I'm planning to do to fix them. So this morning, I actually ordered a high temperature refrigerated air drying unit. This compressor that we use is this model, the 2475 two-stage piston compressor from Ingersoll Rand that I actually bought from Wyatt a long time ago. Where'd this come from originally?
I traded a motorcycle for that.
Hell yeah.
A broken, it was a Honda CB 360.
No kidding.
Not the 350, the 360.
That's exactly the answer I expected from you. Well, this is what Wyatt's old broken motorcycle looks like now. Great compressor. The thing is though, it doesn't have an aftercooler. Some compressors you'll see on the back side, you'll see like a radiator type situation. This does not have that. So the air coming out of here is rather hot, meaning when it is not dried or cooled, hot air in a cool environment will condense. That is why our lines have been soaked in water. So what we plan to do is I bought this unit on screen here from Schultz, which is a high temperature rated 110 volt air dryer. I'm gonna put it up there on top of the compressor house. So we'll run out of the compressor, straight into the air dryer, and then out of the dryer we'll run through this again, because it's a good filter, because you want a post-filter system from the dryer. And then we will have good clean air ready to be piped through the shop. So once all that is handled, we'll run it along this wall again. However, instead of making a manifold that I can only access with a ladder, I made that, which works, but it's way up there. So I wasn't exactly thinking about service. So I'll likely bring my main line from the compressor house down here, so that I have a manifold that I can access without a ladder. And then branch off from there and go everywhere I need. And I've already started to undo some of the PEX. So again, all my system has been 3/4 inch PEX, which isn't an ideal material for a compressed air line because it expands and contracts. PEX is a plastic, and while it is rated for some pressure, it's not exactly rated for sudden increases or decreases in pressure or past a certain, I think PEX is only rated for like 150 PSI, which most industrial grade compressors can kick out more than that. So, I do have 2 pressure regulation systems over by the compressor to limit that, but one could argue I've just gotten lucky over the past few years that nothing's exploded or leaked. But because PEX expands and contracts with air pressure, you get this sort of water hammer effect when something draws a lot of air out of the system suddenly. And so when the hypertherm plasma cutter would call for air, when the CNC machine would tell it to call for air and start the arc, you would see the pressure drop down sometimes below 90 PSI, which is the minimum for the hypertherm to work. And if it dropped below 90 PSI, it would throw a code and stop cutting. So I need to go to a more rigid line to prevent pressure drops when something calls for lots of air quickly. So the new airline system I have should not only solve that problem, but it is still somewhat flexible so that it's not a total pain in the ass to install. I'm going with this Max Line system that I ordered through Northern Tool. It looks like PEX, but it's HPDE on the outside and inside with a layer of aluminum in between, so the aluminum keeps it from expanding. And it can operate up to 200 PSI at 73 degrees Fahrenheit, which is probably as hot as it'll ever get in here. And 160 PSI at 140 degrees. And we'll dig into the parts in this kit later. For now though, I'm gonna pull out the line that went to the plasma cutter. We'll pull that out of the ceiling, and then we'll dig into what comes in the new kit and start there, because currently I'm waiting for the new plasma cutter and the now freshly ordered air dryer to show up. So this is a perfect thing to do in the meantime. Got a box of stuff here. Let's see what's in it. All right, so here's everything I got in my kit, plus some more parts that I ordered. I think the way they want it to work is, here's your valve. Air chuck goes out the front, drain is at the bottom. Coupler and bushing not included. Great, I'm sure I got some. So I'm gonna start by mounting this to the wall, right by where the plasma cutter is gonna go. I'm gonna cap the back here though. It looks like it came with one. Like that. This is essentially how these will work. The max line comes in the top, cap that off, air fitting out front, and then a little drain valve at the bottom. Well, we just had an exciting delivery this morning. That is the answer to my wet air problems. My air is too moist, and I know how people out there hate the word moist. I hate it too when it comes to my air supply. Does the word moist drive you crazy?
No, but the word air supply does.
Why? Because they're a mediocre band from the 80s?
Thinking of you till it hurts.
Did I get the era right? Are they an 80s band?
Oh yeah, all 80s.
For sure, yeah. Well, this is the SMH40 from Schultz of America. I even went ahead and invested in a line straightener so that I can take the coiled line from the box and run it through here and straighten it out so it's less of a pain in the ass to work with. So it's all here. I'm gonna find some time here soon and plumb everything up. SMH 40 from Schultz. I just want to see an air dryer do what an air dryer is supposed to do. Well, here it is, SMH 40 from Schultz. Got a big green power button, some digital readout stuff on the front, little diagram, and I have the fittings necessary. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Anyway, I'll see you guys when it's time to install. So being that the rest of the shop still needs air, I'm just gonna work backward from the plasma cutter. So this is the first manifold I've made. I'm gonna mount this up here to the Capcom and then just screw that in here. I'm gonna set this tubing straightener up in this vise right here so that I can run it just on the corner of this workbench. We'll see how this works, huh? So, which looks like 69 inches.
Nice.
Call it 70 inches. Let's go 70 inches. So, this is how you cut this stuff. So now, you gotta deburr the ends. So it comes with this deburring tool. You use the one made for 3/4 piping. Push that in, like that. And then turn it 3 times. 3. Okay, so that puts a little bevel on it. Do the other side. Nice little bevel. Looks good. my first piece of max line all cut up. All right, let's put our first fitting on here. This is the 90 that's gonna be in the ceiling. Take that part off, put it on there. Snug this up here, snug that up there. So like any other compression type fitting. So they say, put this on until it's tight and then turn it, you make a mark and you turn it 3/4 of a turn and that should be it. Came with directions. I'm just gonna put a mark like that. So 3/4 of a turn. This is annoying to do. Okay, pull them apart. Okay, round it off, that's good. I'm gonna call that good. So we've got our first section here, tightened up, going up there to a 90. That'll head that way. So now I just gotta measure from there to my intersection point. I can take that measurement on the ground, translate it, straighten out enough tubing to cut that, lay it on top of some stuff over there, tighten it in there, come back with hose clamps, clamp everything up. Yeah, slow but sure. Excited for this. Okay, it's Saturday here at the shop, shutting the compressor off, draining everything and unplugging some stuff and working in the new air dryer. So I think we should start that process. Let's go ahead and turn her off. We will just shut that main for now and we'll drain all the air out of the existing lines. All right, so we're gonna put the air dryer up there, like I said, but continue the tear out of the old stuff first. Okay, so we got most of the stuff out of off the wall. Here's the old manifold that I made. Really loose emphasis on the word manifold that I put together just using PEX to control different zones of the shop. That worked fine. There should have been some dips for water collection and this should have been lower so I could reach it. So I'm gonna reclaim a lot of this hardware, or sell it. I've got a shitload of PEX over there that I no longer have a use for, so we'll see. The last piece to undo, other than the reels in the ceiling, is all this. So I'm gonna cut that, pull that out of there, yeet it. And so now we have the start. So I'm gonna leave this and this. I am gonna take this out and clean that one more time. Probably not put the desiccant back in it, but leave the separator and the micro filter just as a pre-filter for the air dryer. But I will get rid of all this and start with this 3/4 female opening and start converting this to max line, put the max line fitting in there, and then we'll go 90 up through here and then connect it to the air dryer and then start going that way. So that when my manifold comes in that I'm still waiting on, it can be like here, in reach. So we're getting it all put together. One thing at a time. But let's undo this and convert it to max line. So this is here our only option for going from 3/4 to max line. So we're gonna come out straight, maybe bend a piece up. The stuff bends really well, so probably just do that. bend I'm using, but to make sure this will work. I think so. So we'll run it like that, up and then out and over. This stuff's kind of nice. It holds where you bend it, which is nice because it's got that inner layer of aluminum. So it just stays like that. It's almost like conduit. Now I think what I'm gonna do is put the air dryer up there and then measure for this run and then plumb it in. Bottom of the machine has recesses for 1/4-20, so I'm gonna take some 1/4-20 flathead screws and some of these felt pads and give it some shock resistance, vibration dampening, if you will. All right, now I'm gonna measure for a cut here. Got my 94-inch piece here, and gotta make a hole right here for it to go through. I might use a spade bit. Spade bit's fine. You know, having existed on YouTube now for a while and consuming YouTube for longer than we've been creating content, I know that the airline system in your shop is something that guys will spend hours and days and weeks and months arguing about the right way to do it, the wrong way to do it. People have done very long videos comparing systems and dryers and filters and compressors and water traps and fittings and manifolds and blah, blah, blah. I think the right answer is to do A, what you can afford, and B, what will produce the results you're looking for. You know, the PEX I did before was really cheap, and it was what I could afford at the time, and it's what made sense. Could have probably afforded more if I, thought about the buy once, cry once method. And of course, here we are. I'm redoing the whole system now because my shortcuts in the beginning didn't work out. But I was able to get the shop up and running, and I ran the plasma cutter and the tools, and yes, I had water in the air sometimes, but it got me going, and it was quick. But this is the last system I intend on putting in this building. Buy twice, cry once. Anyway, I've got my bend done here. Let's run this up there and attach it to the, whatchamacallit. All right, got the air out of the compressor house now. Kind of weird, the in fitting is above the out fitting, so I gotta sort of sneak this around here. That's okay. Find my Teflon tape that I just had. I hate this, when I start rolling on something and then lose stuff. Hold on. All right, well, it fell under the compressor, of course. So let's take this out. Take this out. Put some Teflon on here. Teflon on. Okay, this is in, denoted by the arrow pointing in. I know, I'm real smart. Should I go one more rotation? I think that's got it. That's probably got it. Okay. So, cut this guy right around here. Now put a little bend in it. Pretty simple. I do like that. You kind of tighten 3/4 of a turn. They say to put like a Sharpie mark on it and stuff, but I just kind of watch my handle. And 3 of those. Hopefully I haven't bent that too bad. Now I can put my straight in here and run it that way. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go clean the wall off down there and start laying that out. All right, time to turn the air on and see if we got any leaks. The valve sounds like it's open. Oh yeah, that's open. I gotta put a different fitting in there. Okay, so things are happening, it's exciting. This is where I've got things right now because I don't have the manifold that I ordered to go here to then split off into my different zones. So I've got my one more filter. I didn't know I had this, but I found one. I guess it came with my thing. So now I officially have a pre-filter. The same setup I had before, that triple pod thing is in there, before the air dryer. And now after the air dryer, I have this with the gauge on it so I can see what my pressure is out here. And then for now, I just have this little stub out with a valve here and a little bushing here. I need to put the female version on here. And so I can use this by plugging into an airline there for now. And then when I get my manifold in, I can change it and hard plumb it into the rest of everything else. But let me change this fitting and then we will pressure up and check for leaks and see how we did. It's doing stuff. That's exciting. All right, let's pressure up. I changed the fitting. Don't hear anything yet. Dryer's working. We got pressure, 120 PSI. Nice. We have dry air. Yes, it's working. We have dry air, dry filtered air to this point in the shop. How exciting. Now I can just go up to the ceiling, redo with all those, recombine with all those. And yeah, I gotta say this Maxline stuff's pretty cool. So it's got a drain on it. It's got this drain line that comes out. I had that just stuck out the window and it shot back in and flopped all around. That's pretty funny. I'll have to route that somewhere, but look at that. It's doing things. Pressure's holding. That's awesome. Oh, no more screwing around with used air dryers that don't work. Finally got one that's doing what it's supposed to do. Good deal. Well, now this thing is still in line, but it's not having to do everything. So we are hunky-dory. You know, I was a little lax with how I installed some of this stuff. Oh my God. There it goes. I gotta lock that thing down. So it just sprays everywhere. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm officially done with the air dryer installation. Should probably read the manual, but the little drain pipe is plumbed out there and I just put a little clamp around it to hold it in the windowsill. So I'm just shooting water out to the lot behind. It's doing stuff. Fans on, making things happen. There it goes. You can hear it pop on. That's cool. So I guess you want it to stay on the cool side. If it gets too hot, it'll let us know. Yeah, see, it's working its way down. Nice. All right, well, at least for now, I'm done until I get that manifold in. But everything above the plasma cutter is done as well. So when that table comes in, all that stuff above it has been handled now. So good progress. It's a Saturday. I'm about to go switch to something else. I'm gonna clean up a little bit. But anyway, yeah, there we go with some much needed air system maintenance. Thank you guys for watching. And when I get the rest of the stuff to finish it, I will show you.
What you doing?
Okay, so this is a manifold that, to Aaron's point, I probably could have made in some fashion with all of my resources here, but I instead bought, like an entitled person, a block of aluminum that's already been machined into a nice manifold. So, what's a manifold? In my mind, a manifold is something that splits and diverts some sort of fluid, whether it be air, water, hydraulics, oil, whatever. So I got one, in this case, there's two ends. There's a 1-inch inlet on each end. I've blocked one side off. And then 6 3/4-inch outlets on the top. So I'm gonna use this to go here on the wall, take my main dry air supply from the new air dryer, in the side, out the top, and then tie into all my existing hose reel situations up top there. So the main one that I've rigged up for the plasma cutter and the front air reel, and then at least the 2 existing air reels we have here. And I have a third I'm gonna add. I think I'm gonna put a valve in front of this so I can shut the whole manifold off here, so that when I'm doing maintenance and whatnot, I can do that. But it's a Monday. I'm caught up on my office work to some degree, so trying to make myself useful in more ways than one.
Hey.
Finish a video, finish a project.
Yeah, this video started almost a year ago.
Yeah. So I got 2 PEX fittings that I'll just use PEX, merge with the rest of my system because it's PEX. And I'm only going 12 feet. And the one that I really want dry, it'll all be dry at that point. I don't think PEX was the reason why there was moisture in here. And then I have one more max line fitting to go into the other one. I've actually got another max line fitting if I want to add that third hose reel somewhere, maybe over this table, it'd be kind of nice. And then really, I've got a plug to plug off that hole, and I've got, this is just a bunch of fittings I've had laying around. I've got a valve that I might just plumb into here. Coming off the wall, I can leave shut, but if I need, for whatever reason, another air tap, I might just put the female quick connect fitting right there. So you have another. So I have 4 dedicated outs and 2 that I can shut off.
Hey, there you go.
It's a giant erector set. I don't know if I'm gonna upset that right now, but making more preps. Almost there.
Sharp, hot, or both?
Hot. It was molten plastic. Just grabbed a hold of molten plastic. I have no words. Like that scene in Mythbusters when Adam stuck his mouth in a vacuum motor.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
I do remember that. I'm going to insert that right here.
Whoa!
Got his tongue. Got his tongue. I got bit.
You got his tongue.
You're bleeding.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the stupidest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. What an iconic piece of television. See, it's all coming together. Manny the manifold here.
Manny.
Aaron, I would love the ability to make one of these if I had it. I could. For 130 bucks, it's hard to say no to it though. I just spent a lot more money than that trying to make my own. So this is just here because I needed a way to shut this off. And I couldn't back that fitting out because I think it got jammed in the aluminum. So it's gonna stay right there. So we got a normal connection here with a valve here. We've got 2 PEX lines that will go out to the 2 PEX air reels. And then this one is gonna go straight up with the help of this 9-foot section. Go from there. Wait for it. Oh. There.
Hey.
There. So really, put this in, I can turn the air back on, and then as I connect everything, it's all on its own valve. But we're like 99.5% done with the air system overhaul.
God damn.
I had a bunch of leftover PEX, and then I listed it all on Facebook Marketplace for $20, and the guy came and took it all, and I should have kept some. I need like 18 feet of 3/4 inch PEX. I had hundreds of feet of it, and all I needed to keep was 20 feet. Well, I did keep it all about 1 foot. I had enough to do that and that.
Where'd you get Manny from?
I got Manny the manifold from, I don't know, I'll have to look. It was one of those websites that's like industrial direct supply, you know,
Right.
It's like a no-name website and the interface is real. It's one of those shopping experiences that you pay money and you're not sure if you'll ever see the item that you've ordered. But I'm risky like that. I got a nice high risk tolerance. Using my body as a bending die. My
Rock solid.
rock hard ass. My rock hard sternum. Yeah, so time for ladder, trim this to size, bing, bang, boom, turn the air back on. And then you guys have seen how to do something like this the wrong way in a rushed fashion.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Don't do anything I've done.
This is not a tutorial.
My weld was looking real good. I don't know what blew up. Something blew up. I don't know where it's hot. Yeah, I can't find it. Oh, found it.
Uh-oh.
I guess I didn't tighten that.
Oh. I see.
It exploded.
The irony of this happening right after you say, don't do what I do.
Yeah, do it right. Definitely don't use it with a giant ladder.
Nothing's damaged?
Oh no, I just didn't have the fitting tightened down.
Ah.
I'm actually surprised it held that much pressure.
Yeah,
It was
that's...
up to like 60 PSI before it blew apart,
Dang.
and I didn't even have it tightened down. Time for your favorite noise.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut to the part where it's fixed.
Ow! You don't want to put in more fart sounds?
Actually, I kind of do.
All right. See if that does it. Oh, it's hot. Sound of victory. I can fill my tires up again. Well, other than small leaks that I can't see or hear, I might spray all my fittings with soapy water just to make sure there's no small leaks, but we are officially ready for the plasma cutter. We got air over there, and guess what? It's gonna be dry and there's no unnecessary hose reel. Nice short, direct, pow, pow. You know what I mean?
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So I've got an extra air reel now I can put somewhere. So I'll probably put it above where Aaron's working. Can I just say that I love this man right here? He's so talented and he's killing it on such a complicated project. And he's on the team now and I'm so honored.
We both are.
Aaron Dykstra, everybody. Aaron Ray Dykstra.
He can't hear what we're saying, so good.
I'm talking shit about him. Because I'm uncomfortable admitting that I was giving you a compliment. So we might put another reel up over this table so we've got everywhere. Other than 20 foot of pecs in about 5 minutes, the air system is done. Now we can cut to the, what happens after this?
That's the end of the episode.
And that's it. Oh, shout out to our super awesome patrons. They get special access to a dedicated Discord channel where they get to ask me questions directly, make suggestions, influence. Their influence is felt thanks to their patronage. So thank you to you guys. We got long sleeve t-shirts still for sale, stickers. And if you're watching this on YouTube, our patrons saw this a day early and ad free. So get Lift Arc Studios episodes a day early with no ads. Even our lowest tier members get that benefit. $5 a month, you get everything the YouTube gets a day early ad-free, plus so much more.
Special episodes.
Behind the scenes. I mean, guys, I'm giving you my life. My life is for sale.
Just for $5.
$5 a month, you can own my dignity.
You do Klarna?
Yeah, like you set up a payment program. Yeah. $1 a day for 5 days. You figure it out.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Aaron, you have good handwriting, right?
Woo!